Hi, this is David Gonzalez with Kill9 Studios, here with a good friend of mine, Dino Andrade from Soul Geek.
Hello.
And Battlestar Galactica's Richard Hatch. I'm a huge fan,
Good to see you. Nice
Love the
be here.
fracking show, absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So tell me what you guys are doing here at Comic-Con. I bumped into you downstairs. I heard somebody come up to you and say, hey, geek dating, that's a great concept. Tell me about that.
Well, I created a site called soulgeek.com, which is the cyber home for geek dating. It is something that is made specifically for fans of sci-fi, horror, fantasy, animation, anime, manga, cosplay, conventions, signings, film scores, whatever. If you're into great works of imagination, this is a place to find a geek of your own who's into all of that same stuff.
And so, Richard, is that how you got involved? Are you looking for a geek of your own?
Well, I hate to say it, but the hardest thing in the whole world is finding a significant other, you know, even for dating or friendship or whatever, that actually loves science fiction. Okay? The trouble is you go on, you know, somebody put me on Match.com and I went on there for 6 months. I didn't find anybody. I think I went to coffee once. And so a lot of people will tell you the story that they were on Match.com or whatever, eHarmony, and everything's going great. They have a great conversation going, and then they finally share that they like sci-fi, and of course that's the end of the relationship.
Find out you're in your 30s and read comic books. And
it's
that's
over.
It's done.
You know, 40-year-old virgin. You know, the movie. So the point was actually demystifying that, maybe building a bridge between people that don't even know what sci-fi fantasy is, and would have an opportunity through people that know about this in order, you know, that may bring them to one of our social network gatherings, which we're doing now the second week of every month in Hollywood, which is going to expand out to San Diego and other areas in the coming months. But again, it was just a way of bringing people together, educating them, demystifying that whole sci-fi geek thing, realizing that geeks are not weird, strange people. Geeks, in a sense, run the country. Geeks are the ones who come up with the new technologies. They can be a scientist, they can be a truck driver, they can be 8 years old, they can be 80 years old. It doesn't matter. They cross all demographics.
Where did Soul Geek come from? I mean, you guys have been friends for a while. Is that how you got this started? Tell me about that.
No, actually, I had not met Richard before. The concept of soulgeek.com came at a Battlestar Galactica event. My gal Casey and I came up with it, and Richard just so happened to be the host of that event. Months later, I ran into Richard at a convention. I said, come on over and take a look at this thing we built. You should be part of it because you were there at the gestation, and it turned out that, like, relationship seminars, and this is a big part of what you do.
Well, you know, when I saw him over there, first of all, I have been working to put together a social network for sci-fi fantasy, like a Facebook for sci-fi, and I wanted to have some kind of a dating component to that. Saw what he was doing. I didn't even realize he'd already been in that field for the last couple of years and building this social network for people that want to find each other like mine, who like sci-fi fantasy, and you know, we started talking, and I kind of shared my journey and the fact that I travel around the country and I teach and I lecture at colleges, universities. Most, you know, sci-fi people, unfortunately, we generate more revenue than all the other genres put together, and yet we're always at the back door, the back step, and whether it's Facebook or MySpace or whatever it happens to be, we're kind of on the tail end trying to find a community within a community. There's never been a real home for sci-fi fantasy.
And plus the profiles themselves, they're not based on generic software. They don't ask all the usual superficial questions. Are you a size 2? How much do you make? What kind of car do you drive? We want to know, hey, do you speak Klingon? You know?
Do you know what frack means?
Do you know what frack means? You own a, you can.
They don't know what frack means. They don't get on the side.
That's right. That's right. Do you know the difference between a phaser and a lightsaber? You know, it really is a place where you don't have to hide that stuff. You're encouraged to talk about it. Because then when you get your auto scan emails, when you do profile searches, you can look and see, hey, it's a brown coat. There's somebody who's into Star Wars. It's that you can really delve into those passions, and that's really what it's all about.
I went to the first gathering, and I couldn't believe how many people in the industry showed up on their first, you know, Soul Geek gathering in Hollywood.
Yeah, Soul Geek Hollywood Singles Nights, second Saturday of every month.
And you know, it's not just coming and sitting there on two sides of the room looking at each other. You know, it's a place where people can come and play lots of fun games. They have speed dating.
Wasn't the speed dating crazy?
Speed dating was,
oh my God.
People really
loved it.
And also this is going to extend out to include not only straight, but gay and bi. So that it doesn't matter what your background or your persuasion is, this will be a place that you can hang out.
And Richard, by the way, is the host of our Hollywood Geek Singles Nights.
Oh, wow.
So you can go to the homepage of soulgeek.com. There's an animated GIF for it. You click on that. sends you right through to where to RSVP. I got an equal number of emails of people saying, hey, I met someone, it was awesome, great, and others who said, I didn't meet someone, but it was awesome and I'm coming back. So it's like, even if you don't meet someone, you're having a great time.
And at the very least, you're meeting a bunch of geeks.
We launched 2 years ago. We now have, here at Comic-Con, July of 7, we now have 17,000 members worldwide, and we're growing at least 1,000 members a month. We got members getting married, members, I mean, all over the globe.
Which I expect to double and triple over the coming months, because this Soul Geek has even barely begun to penetrate the marketplace. Just now, I think advertising is starting to go out and reach into all kinds of new areas, and I think as people find it, they're going to really, really come on here in droves. I've discovered just from signing up here and passing out cards talking about Soul Geek, I can't tell you how many people are going, really? You're kidding? Wow! It was like, wow, there's a place for us to go and do this kind of thing. Sci-fi people, fantasy people love to hang out. And one of the things about us is that we love to have a good time. You know, and when you're having a great time, you forget about, oh my God, you know, is someone gonna like me, not like me? Kind of all that shyness goes, because you've got so many common things of interest that you can share and talk about and play with, you know? It gives you a reason to be there beyond, you know, again, finding someone you like.
So Richard, let me ask you, what kind of geek captures the heart of the famous Apollo, the famous Tom Zarek?
Well, I've always gone for the cute girl next door type, like a Nikki Klein type. You know, I never been for the, you know, the stunning, big, beautiful model type. I mean, listen, we all like to look at beauty, right? But I've always gone for the girl next door type, somebody that's down to earth, genuine, somebody that's being very smart is of great importance to me. But more than just intelligence, somebody who's aware, insightful, has a great degree of sensitivity, and somebody who likes to have as much fun as possible, who enjoys having fun, but also knows how to take responsibility, and is a hard worker, dedicated to what they believe in and what they love to do in life, and somebody that I can truly collaborate with. You know, some people like to be in control, some people like to be the boss. I'm not interested in being the boss all the time, but I don't want someone trying to boss me. Finding somebody you can literally collaborate with and share, you know, not only a relationship with, but a working relationship with, very much like he has with his lady. A true companion. I would give anything to find that.
Fantastic. Well, guys, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you spending the time out here to talk to us at Kill 9 at Comic-Con.
Thank you.
SoulGeek.com, I believe. And
SoulGeek.com.
The man who knows.
Find your Soul Geek at SoulGeek.com.
And by the way, you'll also learn, because I'm doing a new reality show called Who the Frack is the Real Richard Hatch, and this is going to be in that show, because part of it is our whole gang of people. We're all in the business. It talks about the Hollywood most people have never seen. It's that journey to be successful, to maintain a career, and probably the biggest challenge again for all of us has been finding that relationship. Each one of us has struggled to do that. So that all is going to tie in to what I'm doing with Dino over here with Soul Geek, because again, relationship is the essence of life. You can have everything and you have nothing if you don't have someone to share it with.
Who the Frack is Richard Hatch?
Who the Frack is the real Richard Hatch.
The real Richard Hatch.
Yeah. And on the homepage of SoulGeek.com, click on the button that says The Story of Soul Geek, and you'll find out why the site was built. There really is a lot of heart behind it.
By the way, you can also go to whothefrack.com to see excerpts on Who the Frack is the Real Richard Hatch.
Whothefrack.com. Look at the sidebar for whothefrack.com and SoulGeek.com. Again, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. And have a great convention.
Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next year.
All right.
All right.